This has been a frustrating stretch, no doubt, over the last couple months. But as you mentioned, out of the gates, the Angels, one of the best teams in baseball for a reason. There were some incredible moments, historical moments, and we are going to give you our favorites right now. Let's go to you, Shohei Ohtani, but this was a kind of a back-to-back thing going on.
Back-to-back, June 21st and June 22nd. What Shohei Ohtani did, nobody's ever done in the history of the game. What he did, swinging the bat, he willed his team back in this game against Kansas City. 2 3-run home runs, 8 RBIs, the game tying. It was 10-7. They were down, the Angels, and Shohei Ohtani hits a mammoth 3-run home run. I love his emotions. And then the very next day against a team, Kansas City, who had 6 home runs. The first 2 games of that series goes out 8 innings, just 2 hits. He had 1 walk and his career high 13 strikeouts. He touched 101 miles an hour. His slider was unhittable. His splitter was unbelievable. When you put in perspective what he did on back-to-back nights, no one's ever done. No one in the history of the game has ever done that. It was amazing just to watch that. And his emotion, that last punch out, which was his 13th. By the way, 6 games in a row, his last out on the mound has all been a punch out. He knows when that finish line is coming. He's unbelievable.
And it's incredible, too, sitting next to you guys. You know what it takes and what it takes out of you to throw that kind of game on the mound. You know what it takes out of you to have that kind of game at the plate and play the field. I mean, you put those 2 together in back-to-back nights, that's incredible.
It's impossible.
Well, I mean, he didn't have to, he hit home runs, so he got to jog, so he didn't have to exert himself too much for the next night.
Way to go, Tim.
All righty then. Okay, so I'm going to continue that Shohei train now, but I'm going to go just 3 days ago because this particular game is the icing on the Shohei cake since June the 9th. Yeah, I'm talking about 3 days ago against the Houston Astros. He went out and struck out 12 over 6 innings against the best team in the AL West. And boys, all he does at the plate goes 2 for 4 with a triple and 2 RBI, which just happened to be the game-winning run. Shohei Ohtani doing it all, 6-0 since June the 9th with a 4.5 ERA, 55 Ks in 39 2/3 innings. I mean, it's remarkable. 10 or more strikeouts in 4 straight, the first Angel to do it since Nolan Ryan. And by the way, the first Angel starter to hit a triple since Nolan Ryan did it. So he did everything. And by the way, you can sit here and go on and on and on about all the records Shohei Ohtani has set. But no doubt, guys, when it comes to an all-star and MVP, he's put on a clinic over the last 6 starts that we have never seen before.
And we're not even touching base on that. I thought was the best game I think I've ever seen pitched in person down in Houston in April, where he had a perfect game going into 6th inning before Jason Castro got that little flare into the outfield. 12 strikeouts in 6 innings, just 1 hit allowed. He was the most dominant pitcher I see. Alex Bregman walked back to the dugout at one point and just shook his head like, I have no chance. And he doesn't strike out a whole lot. That entire lineup had no chance that day.